dear ones. Once again it is that time on earth where the many are preparing to celebrate gratitude. It is therefore time that you understand gratitude in a more enlightened way, for gratitude is simply the other side of love. They work together. Gratitude is the flow of love returning to you and thus creating a circle of energy that flows out from and then flows back to you. It is spiritual living. Everyday commerce is actually the flow of love and gratitude interpreted by mind in a material way. The service someone performs, or the product he sells is a third-dimensional sense of love, and your payment or barter is the gratitude. It is a circular and complete flow, out as love, back as gratitude, and the failure to express gratitude blocks this. Businesses can only be truly successful when functioning in this flow of love and gratitude, especially as the vibrational level of Gaia rises. Businesses that function only for their own self-interests will no longer survive because the necessary energy flow will not be there to sustain them. You are all familiar with businesses that you love to pay gratitude, because they are so pleasant, honest, and have done a fine job. Love. You are all familiar with the other sort as well. Gratitude is not simply about giving thanks for something that has been received, but is a state of consciousness that reflects unconditional love, that regardless of any appearances to the contrary, all is spiritual and of divine origin. Everything you see, hear, taste, touch, or smell reflects a divine idea as interpreted by the state of consciousness of individual as well as universal mind. Those who are unable to receive on any level, have accepted the false belief that they are not worthy, or that this view represents a state of humility. Being unwilling or unable to accept love in all or any of its forms, blocks the flow and leaves an individual unable to experience the full circle of love and gratitude. False beliefs about love can act to block this flow and happens to those individuals riddled with concepts of what love must look like in order to be love, concepts thrown at you daily from media in all its forms. Those living in this universal illusion try unsuccessfully time after time to create love according to these false ideas and fail, because concepts have no underlying reality to them and arise from false information. Believing oneself to be unworthy of love or gratitude is a facet of the duality and separation belief system, the belief that one is born a sinful being undeserving of gifts and blessings until clawing his way painfully to salvation. These ideas are obsolete, dear ones. Do not fall into this trap, for you are well beyond this now. Those unable to experience self-love or express it through love and gratitude frequently manifest their inner pain as violence, lashing out at the world in frustration. Through ignorance of spiritual truth, they feel unworthy of love, energy of duality and separation, and do not understand why or what to do about it. They do not yet realize that all are worthy because all are. True self-love only comes with the realization that the self is really self, in and of the divine, and that no circumstance or appearance can ever change this regardless of what one may have been taught or told, and regardless of any popular beliefs. As an individual unfolds into truth and learns who he really is, self-love begins. Self becomes very easy to love once it no longer carries a heavy burden of judgment and criticism toward self and the world. He begins to recognize that the divine light of the Masters is the same divine light he carries, for there is only one, manifested in and through individual consciousness, but always the one. He understands that mistakes he has made along the way were simply facets of his learning process and are now tools with which he can assist others. He begins to understand that nothing has the power to make him unworthy, for there is only one power, and that is the divine. It was all a dream. It now becomes easy to give and receive because he knows that there is no limit to the flow that never was his personally. This is the erroneous belief that results in poverty, but is an end of an infinite source. There is infinity to release and an infinite capacity to receive from self. The one. An important facet of love and gratitude lies in allowing others to give. If you know you need nothing, but someone wants to express by giving to you, allow them to do this, for the lesson of love and gratitude is something that all must learn. It begins with baby steps, simply giving away something or saying thank you for blessings received. Then when the student is ready, it moves into a deeper understanding of the underlying energy. Love and gratitude are the same energy and flow from divine consciousness, which is infinitely complete and whole. Love is the activity of oneness, interpreted by the state of consciousness of the individual. Examine and ponder this statement, for it is the basis of evolving out of the old and untrue. Gratitude is simply an openness to, and reflection back of the energy of love, whatever its form. Energy will bounce back to the sender if not received. This can work to keep you from negative outside influences, for when you keep your energy field filled with the high resonating vibrations of truth and light, negative energy will simply bounce back to the sender, finding nothing to attach to at its lower level of vibration. This information explains how many superstitious practices, hexing, evil eye, etc., actually worked out. The receiver, through his superstitious belief in the power of these things, opens himself and invites the negative energy sent in. Gratitude, study, ponder, and meditate into its deeper meanings, and then celebrate the holiday of Thanksgiving at a new level. We see you having much change shortly in your world. All is proceeding according to plan, with many awakening to new ways of seeing and doing and believing. Old energies are quickly dissolving into the light of more global awareness. Keep your light high and bright, dear ones. We send you much love and gratitude on your celebration day. We are the Arcturian group.